Here we go. Lige, you are up for the New York Football Giants, and you have the pick at pick 66 with the Kansas City Chiefs as well. So back-to-back. Abdul Carter, Kyle McCord went to the New York Giants. Some might argue Kyle McCord would have been here on this pick, but that ship has sailed. What are you doing?
I have a guy in mind, but just show me offensive tackle real quick. And interior O-line. No, I'm going with my guy. I'm going to Trey Harris here, Ole Miss receiver.
Nice.
They have a lot of short receivers with the Giants right now. This is a guy that can eat up zone coverage or man coverage. One of the most productive receivers last year. I think he only played 8 games and went over 1,000 yards. And it might have even been less than that. It might have been like 7 games. So very productive receiver. I think they need a bigger body receiver for the Giants.
By the way, before you make your next pick, just looking at my personal big board, LD, I have Ursary, Collins, Zay Frazier, Gunnar Helms, Jalen Royals still out there. And it just goes to show you that a lot of guys are going to fall. It doesn't matter what your board is, but just something I noted there. All right, Kansas City Chiefs, Derek Harmon and Ozzie Trapillo.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the offensive line again. I'm going to go Tate Ratledge right here.
Love me some Tate.
They lose, Tooney this offseason. I think Ratledge will compete this year to potentially start a guard.
In the confusion talking about Ozzie Trapillo a moment ago, are you under the hope that he's going to be able to play left tackle right away? Like, what's your plan with him?
Well, no, I think right tackle.
Okay. And Jawan Taylor,
just because Jawan Taylor's struggled there a lot. I think he's probably got his last opportunity this year to prove that he can turn it around. So I think Ozzie competes this year to potentially start at right tackle. And honestly, when you look at Taylor's contract, the Chiefs can come off it after this year.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Mike, you're on back-to-back picks. The Browns at 67 and then the Raiders. Travis Hunter and Josh Connerly Jr. went to Cleveland in the first 2 rounds. Jamari Caldwell going in round 3. In the game can feel it.
Let's go Dillon Sampson.
I thought you were going to say Dillon Gabriel. I was about to jump.
I thought he was going to say Dillon Gabriel.
Oh, he's coming off the board here at some point. Don't worry.
Hey,
Dillon Sampson.
Hold on, Ryan. Is Quinshon Judkins still out there?
No, I took him. To
Oh, okay, I was about to say
to the Patriots, I believe. Yeah, Dillon Sampson, running back out of Tennessee. Before I cut Mike off. Yep.
I snaked myself here on the Raiders because I still want a running back for the Raiders. Who's the running back class look like for the Raiders after Sampson? But
while you look for that, let me ask you this, Mike. I think I've asked this before, but just for people that haven't heard it, do you think Dillon Sampson's better than Jalen Wright?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes. All right, let's see. Raiders. Man. Cam Scadabo is my top back right now.
Ted McMillan and Luther Burden came in the first wide receiver draft. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's go Scadabo. Let's do it.
I'm okay with that.
You got Raheem Mostert. You got your speed back. McCormick as well. Scadabo can be your short yardage back. RBBC.
I mean, the way they're putting together these offensive weapons, I feel like this might be – is it crazy to say this might be a playoff team?
Raiders? Their defense stinks.
Yeah, but Geno's going to –
their defense needs a lot of
Their
help.
secondary stinks.
All right.
Tell us how you really feel.
All right.
I need to address the secondary. It's on me, but yeah.
You ever drafted wide receivers every pick, man. New England Patriots are on the clock. That's where your Quinshon Judkins went there, LD. And the pick before in the first round, 4th overall, Will Campbell. New England. All right. Let's look at let's look at wide receivers. So I love Ayuminor, I love Besh, but they're not exactly Dante Thornton in terms of helping stretch. Okay. You know where I'm going here, Mike Renner. Jalen Royals. Love him. Get the ball in his hands. Mike's making that face like he just found out.
Jalen Royals.
Oh, okay. You're okay with it? Yeah. Jalen Royals out of Utah State. And I think he has a chance. They throw him with the ball a lot close to the line of scrimmage and let him do his thing, but I think he can evolve into being a down the field guy more consistently too. So Jalen Royals, Utah State, going to the New England Patriots. Next up, Coop, you have back-to-back picks with the Jags and then your New Orleans Saints.
I'm going to go Emory Jones for the Jags, and I like him at guard. 3 years playing tackle, I think his upside. I mean, when we ranked him out of high school, We ranked him as an IOL, and then he started 3 years in the SEC at tackle. So I think even seeing him in the Senior Bowl, and then from, I think it was day 1 to day 2, making the transition from tackle to guard, I like his upside there. I think that's where he's going to be. So they need some help on the interior. I'm going to go Emory Jones.
And this feels like where he'll come off the board if he's moving inside. I have no issue with that at all. New Orleans Saints, they took Jackson Dart in the trade down, and then Mason Taylor.
I think right here, they got to take the tackle out of Minnesota. I think that's what it is. You know, you got Trevor Penning, you got Talise Fuaga. They need to get the guard spot cleaned up. But just in terms of best available, you got Jackson Dart in the first round. You got to find a way to protect him. So I'm going to go with our boy Irsay from Minnesota.
Mike, you're the Bears of 72. This feels almost not like a bargain, but like a pretty good scenario if Irsay's here, right?
For the Saints?
Yeah.
This is where I about see him going.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
My guy at 72 is one of my guys in this tackle class.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, yep, your pick 72, Chicago Bears. Ashton Genty, Kevin Winston Jr., safety out of Penn State, and then Nick Scorton at 41, edge rusher.
Pretty good draft.
Yeah, I think I could go interior defensive line, but I love Charles Grant. I think he's a top 50 player for me.
And
I
do me
think
like
he
that.
is the project tackle you want in this draft class. Now, they drafted the project tackle in the same range last year, but to me, Grant is so much better of a project tackle than Kieran Namagaji was. And shoot, if you have 2 good tackles, you have 2 good tackles. I don't think anyone's ever going to complain about having too many offensive tackles that are good. And I think, you know, tackles more often than not can kick inside a guard if need be, easier than getting a guard to kick out to tackle. Just give me all those reasons. Give me Charles Grant.
Well, I'll tell you this. If nothing else, they're going to be the smartest team in the league. Got Yale and got William Mary there. So, yeah. Charles Grant, that's a Mike sneaking in on William Mary guys there. Pick 73, the New York Jets, Lige, Kelvin Banks, Jaden Higgins. What's next?
I have a guy in mind, but show me safeties real quick. Debo. Yeah, I think Ransom's more of a 4th round guy for me. I'm gonna go with the guy I put down already, Elijah Arroyo, the tight end from Miami.
Okay. Yeah.
The Jets
Great
need
athlete.
to be able to get a guy that can really attack vertically down the field. That's what he can do. I know a lot of people are concerned with his injury history, but he was healthy this year. And again, he gets down the seam. He's a mismatch for linebackers and safeties. So, you know, Cole Kmet had a nice relationship with Justin Fields when he was in Chicago. I think he could build that with Elijah Arroyo.
Absolutely. Stephen W. says Charles Grant just needs to fix his pad level. And, Mike, you've talked about this to death. I've talked about it a lot. He was 240 when he got to William Mary. He was 278. I just checked. He was 278 last summer. He's 310 at the combine. So he's got a long way, a lot of room for
put that weight on.
Put the
That's
weight
the,
on.
Bernard Raymond track.
Yeah. Hopefully not the complete track. Hopefully there's a off ramp here. I like Bernard Raymond too. I'm not going to besmirch the young man. Jalen Walker went in the first round to the Carolina Panthers, and I think Landon Jackson in round 2. They are pick 74. And let's see what we want to do for Carolina here. Let's look at wide receiver. Let me see how far down this road I want to go. Gosh. I might do this. I might pull a coup here and just blow all your minds with this pick.
Let's hear it.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do it too.
Do it.
No, I'm not. I was going to take one coup guy. I'm going to take the other coup guy. I'm taking Jack Besh.
Oh.
He's Adam Thielen 2.0. A little bigger. I don't know if he's faster. Just in terms of the position he plays, nothing else. LD.
Literally almost the same player.
So because I was thinking about, I'll let you in a little secret. I was thinking about my guy Tesla there, but if Jack Besh is there, I'm taking Jack Besh over Tesla. Although I love Tesla as well. All right, LD.
That's Ryan's guy. That's his darling of the draft.
That's right. 75, the San Francisco 49ers. They have Walter Nolan and Benjamin Morrison already drafted.
Yeah, I'm going to go Barrett Carter, the linebacker from Clemson. Obviously have a void with Dre Greenlaw being gone. Love his instincts. He's athletic enough to cover out in space. So I think that's a really good pick and great value in the third round, getting him there.
All right. Picking 3 straight times here. So let's see how I can mess this up.
Let's see what you got, Ryan.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys are up. They took Jahdae Barron in round 1, and then Carson Schlesinger. They're picking 76 here. And all right, is this where the wide receiver comes off the board that I want? I think the guy that makes the most sense if you're targeting wide receiver, and I am targeting wide receiver here. You know what? Let me see cornerback real quick, though. Sorry to flip the script on you. I just want to double check because as LD noted, there's a run on these guys and they're running out right quick. Okay, I'm going to go corner here. No, I'm not. Sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Turn the card, Ryan.
I know. This is what happens when we do these
3,
right?
2, 1.
Alec Ayuminor. Thank you, Davis.
Oh, there you go.
I actually like that pick a lot.
So I'm going to give CD some help there for sure. All right, now the New England Patriots. I misspoke earlier. I said they had taken Quinshon. The Denver Broncos took Quinshon. They took Omari and Hampton, which you could easily argue that's even better news for Drake May. In round 2, got Jalen Royals. And earlier in this round, at pick 69, and then at pick 77. Man, we could go any number of directions we want to go here. So let's look at. Oh, I know who I'm taking. This is easy. I'm going to add some depth at corner, and I'm taking Noel Williams, Cal corner. I know they have Carlton Davis, but I want to, Christian Gonzalez battled the injuries. I want to make sure that we are all locked up in the secondary. What's that, Mike?
Set at corner. You're deep at corner.
Deep. Cowboys need a wide receiver and running back, Stephen W. I got you that wide receiver. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals are picking pick 78 here. Matthew Golden, Darius Alexander. Let's look at interior offensive line, see if any of my dudes are still there. I'm laughing because I see Mike's guy, Willie Lampkin. I can't take Willie Lampkin just yet.
He might come off the board soon. You'll see.
You think so, Mike?
I mean,
look,
I don't know.
As someone who's 5'10", I can make fun of short people, but Mike's going to have Willie Lampkin and Dillon Gabriel on the same team. I'm just going to call it now.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
You know what I'm going to do?
Shortest team in the NFL.
Nothing wrong being short. Scroll down a little bit because there might be some guys here that I have a little higher. Yeah, I like Miles Frazier. I'm taking Miles Frazier here, the LSU guard. I don't think this is too rich for him. Kick inside.
I agree, Ryan.
Thank you.
He's a third-round guy for me all day.
Okay, good. Yeah, makes me feel better because I think he'll have a chance to start sooner rather than later. All right, Coop. Finally, I'm off the clock. Thank goodness. You're the Houston Texans here. See if you can improve on the Isaiah Bond pick. You got it, Josh Simmons, Isaiah Bond. Those are really good football players for sure.
Yeah, we're in the character business. I'm going to go with Omar Norman Lott here. Defensive tackle.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, pretty active kid.
To me and Ryan's guy there.
They need to address the IDL. So looking for a little redemption for the Houston Texans out there for all the haters. Who we got next? I'm up next too, right?
Next up, I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up with myself.
You have Colts, I'm up.
Yeah, Colts, and then Coop, you're on the clock for back-to-backs.
Let me see my tight ends. Ooh, my boys there, Ferguson and Fannin. I love them both. Let's see. Which one do I like better for the Colts? They got some just like big monsters. Like Mo Alley Cox and Jelani Woods are huge. Let's go with Fannin. Let's go a little bit of more of a move tight end. Guy who could be your detached Y sort of player. Harold Fannin, pick 80.
All right, Cincinnati's on the clock at 81. They have Mike Green and Andrew Makuba. You are on the clock, Coop, and then you picked again at 82.
Yeah, I wanted Chris Paul in the second. I thought about it. I went with Makuba. I'll get him here in the third. So I'll go Chris Paul, Cincinnati Bengals.
Chris Paul going to the Bengals. And then the Seattle Seahawks at 82. They have Jihad Campbell, Donovan Jackson.
I'm going to go with your darling here. I'm going to go with Tesla. out of Arkansas. I think this guy's kind of built to play in the AFC North. I love this kid. I thought the tape really popped, turning him on. Kind of separated himself a little bit. So I think 3rd round value, really good for Pittsburgh here.
All right. Did I mess up, Mike? Was that your pick?
What I'm the Seahawks. What
okay.
I think our order might have been wrong. So it's actually Mike up here. And then we had it flipped on our sheet originally.
Don't do it, Mike.
Seahawks here, and then it'll be Steelers next.
Don't worry, I'm not going
Mike, you cannot
don't do
All
it.
right.
He's like, I'm taking Chris Paul right here.
Can I see the DTs real quick?
Oh, God. Damn you, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Give me Alfred Collins reuniting Texas DT, just beefing up front. Rotational pieces. Alfred Collins.
All right. What are the so Alfred Collins went to the Seahawks, am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, Alfred Collins. All right, here we go. Now we're back on track. So next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is so embarrassing. They didn't have a 2nd round pick because of DK. BMAC had him trading up in the 1st round to get Shedeur Sanders at 9. I don't hate that necessarily. So, Cooper, are you picking for my Pittsburgh Steelers? Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with our boy from Arkansas.
All right. I'm okay with that, by the way, because you need someone to play the slot that's not crazy, and I love the idea of slot just being where it's supposed to be, and hopefully
he's a big slot too.
Big slot who can run, actually time well. Hillsdale transfer. All right, next up,
Ryan, who do you think wins that battle, Tesla or Austin in camp?
I think Calvin's going in the last year's deal. I'm laughing because Calvin's 5'8", and so they're two completely different players playing the same position.
Exactly.
Right? I think there's an opportunity for both of them to play, and we don't even know what George Pickens' future is going to be in Pittsburgh, if we're being completely honest.
True.
So we got to figure that out as well. All right, pick 84. Buccaneers.
I don't know how this guy. I don't know how this guy's still on the board. Give me TJ Sanders all day long here in the 3rd round. Immense value. Guy that provides interior pass rush. I thought about maybe getting Omar Norman Lott, but Coop snaked me on that one. He also actually has a skill set that's kind of similar to Kalaji in Omar. So I think TJ Sanders, a little bit of a different body type, provides depth on that defensive line and a guy that can help right away pass rushing on 3rd down.
All right. Gotcha. We're back on track now. Pick 85, the Denver Broncos. They have Colson Loveland and Quinshon Judkins. And what does Denver want to do here? Let's look at cornerback again real quick, Striker, just to make sure, because we're going to burn through these cornerbacks as we get closer to the end of day. Ooh. I think scroll down a little bit to make sure I'm not missing anyone, Striker, because I think
there's our guy.
You know what's going to happen. And I know that some people don't have him rated quite as highly as I do. And I know LD likes him. I'd be interested in what you think, Mike. I'm picking Zay Frazier here at a USTA.
I have probably, I'm trying to think who I have. I have a few guys on that list higher than Zay, but
me and Mike's other guy is still on that list, and I can't believe he's on there still.
Yeah.
Oh, I see him. I'm not going to name names. All right, Mike, you're the Chargers at 86. They have Kenneth Grant, Braden Swinson. So it's all defense so far for the Jim Harbaughs.
Let's can I see the wide receiver room just real quick? I think it might be cooked, but I don't quite remember.
You got Noel still there?
Yeah, I do like Noel. I think he's redundant.
You already got a slot guy.
He's not seeing the field there, unfortunately for me. Let's go. I can't block though. I like Terrence Ferguson a lot, but he is not a blocker. And obviously in that offense, I don't know if they would want that.
There's another guy that can block that's still there.
When did I miss tight ends?
Oh, it's Ryan's guy. That's why he's smiling.
Did I miss the tight end?
Okay, Gunner?
Gosh.
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh, Gunner Helm.
Yeah.
This is just a touch early for me, but he does fit the bill. He's got good hands and ball skills. Gosh, I don't know where to go. You know what? Let me just go. Let's just go Terrence Ferguson. He's just the receiving ability is too good. The guy's gonna get open. Beef him up. We'll see.
All right, Gunnar Helmut's going to put this clip on his wall because he is very angry at you. Green Bay at 87. Lige, you got Will Johnson, you got Femi Oladejo.
Yeah, so I actually might attack corner here again because I just don't know what's going to happen with Jair Alexander. I mean, I haven't traded him yet, but a guy that me and Mike really love, Jacob Parrish. I think he's an upgrade over Keshawn Nixon in the slot. And Nixon's a heck of a return guy, but Jacob Parrish, I kind of liken him to DJ Reed, the aggression that he plays with at the line of scrimmage, the flexibility to go in the slot. I think he'd fit in really well with that Green Bay defense.
Mike is happy, so that's a good sign. All right, Coop, you are the Jacksonville Jaguars at 88. They have Mason Graham, Trey Henderson, and you got Emory Jones to help beef up the interior offensive line.
Let's go with Harold Fannin here.
I think Harold's off the board.
Harold's off.
Is he?
Yeah, I picked him.
Is he?
He went to the Colts.
I'm about to say, I know it was Mike.
You know me.
Golly. All right, well, let's pivot. Let's go with Tej Johnson, Oregon.
Love it.
Maybe a tad early, but
that's okay. 155, but no one can get their hands on him, so that's a win for him. So the Houston Texans are up. What they do previously, Striker? Right, they got Omar Norman Lott earlier in this round than Isaiah Bond and Josh Simmons. What are you doing here, Coop?
Surveying my options currently.
All right. You got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes.
Oh man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick kind of, maybe it's not BPA range, but I just think this type of size and it's a big swing here. I'm gonna go with Deion Walker out of Kentucky.
Oh gosh.
That's actually a really good place for him. I think third round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we all sleep on Deion, and I keep hearing that he had back issues last year, and that affected his play.
Why do I keep hearing these things right after I pick these guys?
No. He was 2023. He
was
was great. I just think that people slept on him last year because he didn't ball out. I love this pick. All right, Mike, you're the LA Rams at pick 90. Trey Amos has been their only previous pick.
Let's go back to the trenches in a very Rams fit. And we're going to go David Walker, the Central Arkansas defensive end.
Man.
6 foot.
Yeah.
And a defensive line full of 6-footers.
That's true. There are a lot of 6-footers. All right, Lige, you're the Baltimore Ravens here at pick 91. Ezraku and Savanaya are gone.
Yeah, so the Ravens have really struggled since Patrick Queen has left to find a guy that can constantly play to the level Roquan Smith has played at. You know, Trenton Simpson was in there, and he kind of got benched. They had Harrison come in and start. I'm going to go Kobe King from Penn State here, a physical linebacker I think fits right in with that culture.
I love Kobe King. I think he can play in space. Rand's not quite sold on that, so we'll see. And I think the shot you like to take at Kobe King, Mike, is that what his brother played last year may have turned some teams off.
What's that?
Kalen King's his brother.
Oh, yeah. Right.
He had a rough patch. But anyway, pick 92, Seahawks. Mike.
All right.
You were back.
Let me look at corner. They need corner at this point now. Leger took the last one that I really loved in this cornerback class. There may not be another top 100 guy. Did AZ Thomas get off the board yet?
Yep.
Mike, I took him early in the second.
Okay. I think Quincy Riley's next up on my board, but I don't know if he's necessarily an upgrade. I don't know if I have to go that route. Who have I taken already? Alfred Collins. I'm interested. What's the offensive line class look like? I might just add to that room because I think that's where some value still is. Ooh, okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go for them. I'm going to go Jared Wilson, the Georgia center.
Good call. Yeah.
I think he's probably the top true center in this class, I'd say, that played there last year. So Yeah, let's go him.
Nope, I love it. All right. 92. Coop, you're back. New Orleans Saints.
I'm going to go with Jadon Blue here.
Nice.
Yeah, I just think home run hitting ability, that room, we'll see what happens there. Kendre Miller hasn't panned out yet. Alvin Kamara, not too much more run. So taking a swing.
All right, Mike. Cleveland Browns in 94. Travis Hunter, Josh Connolly Jr., Dylan Sampson. They're building the team.
Let's go Jalen Milroe, quarterback.
I was going to throw your guy Tyler Shough out there. You're taking Jalen?
We're going to go Jalen Milroe because we're going to run the rock with this offense, how it's currently set up.
What a big boy pick that was. Love it. All right. Lee J, you're Kansas City.
Yeah, so I've gone back and forth with that. We've really attacked the trenches when it comes to Kansas City. This guy we kind of talked about earlier, and I think he could, I want to see be an heir apparent to Travis Kelce because he's a different skill set, but I'm going to go Gunnar Helm here because he can help you blocking in the run game. And I also think he could be a weapon for you down the seam. I know they got Noah Gray and they like him a lot, but I think you know what Noah Gray is at this point, right? I think this is a sweet spot right here for Gunnar Helm.
All right, fair enough. Let's see who the Eagles have taken so far here at pick 96. James Pierce Jr., Xavier Watts. Let's look at interior offensive line. I got an idea of who I'm going to take here. Let's look at tackle too, because I'm going to kick this guy inside, I think, early on. Oh, he's still there too. I was thinking about Logan Brown, but I'm going to take Wyatt Milam. Kick him inside.
Love it. He's great.
I like that pick, yeah.
And then the old Minnesota Vikings are up next at pick 97. And this will be their second pick because all the trades they did to get up for Dallas and JJ last year. Let's look at defensive line quickly. All right. I'm laughing because we got some Jamari Caldwell love early on to get him in here, but I think I'm going to go with Vernon Broughton, who I like just a little bit less than Alfred Collins. I think they're both early to mid day two guys, and to be here near the bottom, I'm all on board with that. Vernon Broughton out of Texas. Next up, it is Coop, and then Lige, and I'm going to, because I'm an old person, I'm going to take a quick break here, but you guys keep rolling, and Stryker and Debo can.
Well, hold on, Ryan. You're going to like this one. Dillon Gabriel.
Oh, yes. You stole his guy.
Mike's going to love that one.
You stole his guy. Oh, man.
Yeah, everybody knew it was happening.
Literally the shortest quarterback room. Zach Wilson, Dillon Gabriel, and Tua Tagovailoa.
I didn't know I was in the presence of a believer. It's always good to be in good company.
Goodness gracious.
All right, Legit, you got Giants 49ers. Well done. Well done. That's a perfect, I mean, that's the fit right there, right? The lefty to the short lefty behind the short lefty.
So, Giants, I want to attack the offensive line here. I'm going to go Anthony Belton from NC State. I think he actually has flexibility potentially to kick inside, but also Illuminor is on his last year of his deal. So you have a guy that can transition and become your starter at right tackle in the future. So I think Anthony Belton makes a lot of sense to the New York Football Giants. And I'm back up, right, with the 49ers. All right. All right, Debo, show me the D line. Well, I already know where I'm going. Shamar Turner right here. Yeah. He's one of my top defensive tackles in this draft. A physical presence on that defensive line. Chris Kasarik, he's going to love him because he plays extremely hard and he can affect the passer in the interior. So I'm going to go Shamar Turner right there.
All right, Rams up 101. I'm going back to type here. Aeneas Peebles, Virginia Tech. 2 6-foot defensive linemen in the third round for the Rams.
Correct.
I love that pick.
It's what they do.
All right, I made it back just in time for my Detroit Lions to end round 3 here. Pick 102, Gray Zabel, CJ West with their first 2 picks. Let's look at safety real quick. See if they got any dudes left that I love. I'm taking this guy. I actually like him a lot. I thought he had a good Senior Bowl and a really good season. We haven't talked a lot about him just because we just haven't. Doesn't mean he's not a good player. I'm taking Jonas Sanker out of UVA, safety. All right.
That's the end of round 3, huh?
That's the end of round available. 3. Who is?
Are. I mean, but it's going to be like that on draft day, honestly.
It will. Yeah.
Yeah. So, right. Good point. Princely Manuelin's still out there. Caleb Johnson's still out there. The biggest fans of Jared Ivey.
Harvey's still out there. Good Lord.
Harvey is still out there. RJ Harvey. Josiah Stewart, who's a fun player. Stephen W. says Peoples is good, deserves that range. Mike Renner says Rams DL going to create havoc, baby. To recap round 3, Trey Harris started things off for Lige and the Giants. Then Tate Ratledge went to the Chiefs. I love that pick. Mike took his guy Dylan Sampson to the Browns in the very next pick. Running back Cam Scatterbo. Mike takes him to Las Vegas. Coop takes Ursery to hopefully solidify that offensive line in New Orleans.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And then Coop later takes Deion Walker at 89. I think that if Deion's healthy, that could end up being like a fantastic, mind-blowing pick.
Yeah.
2 quarterbacks going round 3. Cleveland takes Jalen Milroe. Tyler Shuck's still out there, by the way. He's going to be a day 3 guy in this mock draft. And then Coop pulls a Mike Renner and takes Dillon Gabriel before Mike Renner can take Dillon Gabriel to the Miami Dolphins, which makes a ton of sense there. And that is a wrap on day 2. Thanks to my guys, Mike Renner, Coop Patagna, Lige Douzable. They are graduating to the ice cream parlor. I got to stay here for day 3 action. And we're going to introduce some new
I think
guys.
Mike has one more round, though, doesn't he?
I'm staying.